Hello my fellow interlopers and welcome back to No Man's Sky. In today's video I'm going to teach you how to always find a supermassive capital freighter, specifically an S-class with maximum inventory slots. But before moving on with the guide, be sure to have a hefty amount of units because this will get very expensive. Somewhere around 500 million should suffice, assuming of course you have no freighter to begin with. If you already own a freighter, then it's going to be a little bit cheaper because part of the price of your current ship is going to be deducted from the final value of your new one. Now, as you may or may not know, there are multiple types of freighters in No Man's Sky currently, but there are two main ways to encounter them. First, we have the normal ones that can be found in any system. Typically, they are smaller in size and don't have many inventory slots, thus they also tend to be less expensive. And then we have the massive capital freighters slash star destroyers that can only be encountered during rescue events. And this is what we're basically going to focus this guide on and what I'll continue to talk about. Now, the way the rescue events work is really simple, and there is mainly only one condition that needs to be met in order for such an event to trigger, and that is that at least 3 in-game hours must have passed in order for it to spawn. After the first event has spawned and the 3 in-game hours have passed, the next one will only occur after roughly 6 more system warps. But we don't really care about those because we will rely on saves coming in order to find the freighter that we desire. What this means is that you simply have to play the game for 3 straight hours or let the game run unpaused for that amount of time, and your next system warp will guarantee spawn a freighter rescue event. That is why I strongly suggest you made a save point after those 3 hours passed, and make sure the save point does not get overwritten, as we will heavily rely on it in order to scout for the desired freighter. For this, I recommend you save your game on a space station, since you don't need fuel to lift off and it's generally faster than doing it from a planet. From this point onwards, we will be scouting solar systems that have good economies. For example, anything that says wealthy, advanced, opulent, prosperous, or around those terms, since there's a strong indication that the richer the economy, the higher are the chances for a freighter of a higher class to spawn. Just keep in mind that you'll need an economy scanner for this, which should not be hard to get. If by any chance you have a preference on how the crew should be, you can filter the galactic view by race. For example, I really wanted a crew made out of Korvax, so I only searched in Korvax solar systems that had rich economies. As there are a wide range of freighters of various sizes, shapes, and colors, the scouting part might take some time, but since we're relying on saves coming, then it's not really a big deal because we can always come back to the save point and simply reload until we find what we need. If you are really eager to find a massive one, keep scouting around until you find it, but always keep track of systems where you found something that might have caught your interest. Personally, I've taken screenshots of the solar system name and its location relative to my position, if by any chance I wouldn't find anything better than what I currently found. Once you found the one you're looking for, simply clear out the attacking ships and make your way through the captain's room in order to make him an offer. If you're lucky enough and get a rank S on your first try with more than 32 slots, congratulations, your journey is now complete and now you can say you're part of the galactic elite. If though you only get something lower than A class, reload the save point I was talking about earlier and come back to the solar system and continue doing the event until you finally get the desired class. Personally, when I first found my freighter, it was an A class. When I came back a second time, I was lucky enough to get it to be a S rank with max slots, but when I tried it the third time just for testing purposes, it was only a C class. I think it's safe to assume that even if a C class version of that freighter spawns in the system, it doesn't exclude the possibility of a higher rank of that very freighter to spawn. So just keep doing it until you find what you're looking for. So in short, to sum all of this up, because I know it's a lot of information, simply play the game for 3 straight hours or just leave it unpaused for 3 straight hours and do something else. Make a save point on a space station so you can always come back to it, and scout for rich solar systems until you find that huge freighter that you're looking for, and then reload the save game until you find the rank S version of it, and you're going to be basically done. You don't really need much for this. You only need 1 warp cell and 1 save game, and if you do this right, it should not take more than, let's say, 1 or 2 hours in order to find exactly what you're looking for, especially if you're searching in very rich systems. Okay, so to demonstrate everything that I've just told you, I'm currently on a space station here. I've created a save game after playing for 3 hours, and now we're going to go ahead and find, or scout for a big star destroyer. So we're just going to go into galactic view, and I will basically just scout around, just trying to find something that says either opulent or rich or wealthy, something along those lines. So yeah, for example, oh, there's actually an opulent one really close to my base. So let's go ahead and see what we have. It's not that always you're going to find something really huge, but you're gonna have to find around. And it seems that we're actually really lucky, and this is a huge freighter. So let's just go ahead and not waste any time. I'm gonna just blast these guys off, and it's gonna take a little bit of while. I'm just trying to get them off my back and off that freighter. I'm really curious though. Am I going to have the same amount of luck that I had in the previous video? Because in the previous video it took me like not more than 2 tries to get the maximum rank possible. So I'm just clearing these guys at this point. It's not really that hard, but you have to keep in mind that they might overwhelm you at some point, and you have to be super careful not to make any damage to the freighter, because otherwise you're not going to be able to redeem it. Just be careful with that. Just be careful on how you're shooting. Stay away from it, and as much as possible just try to pull these guys up and away from the freighter, and then just attack them when you have an opening, like I'm doing right now. But he's just moving all over the place, and he's super annoying. Like he won't stay still. I have no idea why he's doing that. He probably knows that I'm searching for this and hunting for such a freighter. So obviously he's trying to, maim me or lure me into attacking it. But I'm not that stupid. I'm smarter than that, because mainly, well, I fell into that trap a few times. So he's completely destroyed, just scouting around for his remaining friends. But this is what you would call a sentinel freighter. It's one of the bigger ones I've seen. I don't think there's even a bigger one than this. So we were super lucky to find this on our first try, and this is actually the second star destroyer or mothership or capital freighter, call it whatever you want, of this size very close to my base. So if you're in the galactic hub, then it's gonna be super easy for you to find one of these. Actually, it's gonna be super easy for you to find one of these anywhere in the galaxy if you apply this method. And just keep in mind that each system has a different type of freighter that it can spawn. So now that we are done, let's go into the captain's cabin. It's just that I have no idea where it is. Oh, it's over there. It's so easy to lose your direction in this game, seriously. But look at this. Look at it. It's massive. Actually, I think this is quite a lucky start. I never expected to have such amount of luck finding these, because I've been searching around for ages up until somebody on Reddit actually told me that there's an internal cooldown of 3 hours that it needs to pass in order for this event to spawn or trigger or whatever. But let's go ahead, let's check it out. It might not be an S rank, maybe it's even lower than that, maybe even a C rank. But again, just reload your save and come back here to this very system or whatever system you are, and just do this entire encounter over and over again until you get the desired rank. This is very simple. So let's see, what does this Jack have for us? Like Commander Jack, what an interesting name. He actually is really cool. So let's see, come on. Oh, and it's a rank, A class. Not that bad. It's 343 million, of course, because I can trade in my current one for 62 million, so it gets subtracted from that sum. But it's actually 405 million from scratch if you buy it like that. But an A class isn't really that bad. If I was to make a choice and if I didn't have any other choice, I would definitely buy this one, because you never know when an S class can spawn. What you can do here is really simple. You can buy this one, save the game, and make a backup copy of your save files, and then just repeat until you get an S rank. Because maybe sometimes the game just decides to screw you over and you're basically blown out of a really high class freighter. And that's basically it with the guide for today. I truly hope you all find what you're looking for, and if you do find something really cool, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm gonna check your comments as well. I will also post a link with screenshots on how to find the massive mothership I currently own, especially for people who are currently playing in the Galactic Hub, and it's actually only one jump away from my base, so to all the people who already visited me, this is going to be super easy for you to find. But this is all the time that I have for today. Thanks again for watching. If you found this video helpful, throw a like, even a subscribe. It's free of charge, it doesn't cost anything, and you do me a huge favor. But in the meantime, I will see you guys in the next video.